Okay, now we'll see the working of transistor mixer. So we can see circuit. Now we apply the AM signal. First we need to find what is the tune frequency of IFT. So in order to find what is the tune frequency of IFT, let us keep this in 2 megahertz. This is there in 0.17, which happens to be 170 kilohertz. So we can't just go with whether it is 170 kilohertz or 160. We can read the exact frequency of this carrier signal from this DSO. So as you can see here, so it's coming out to be 165.96 kilohertz. So that's the carrier frequency of the AM signal. So here you are seeing two waveforms. One is the input to the mixer, this is the output of the mixer, which is exactly the output of the IFT. So in output of the IFT happens to be very less here. Now why it is less? Because it is not tuned to the input carrier frequency, is not there in the tune frequency of IFT. So we'll vary the frequency of this input carrier frequency. So as you can see, the frequency is increasing, so your output of the IFT is also, because we know that IFT is a tuned circuit, it will give maximum response only at a particular frequency. You can see now, so it is giving maximum response only at this particular frequency of 0.37 megahertz. We can exactly know what is the frequency of this one again from the DSO, as you can read from this. So this happens to be around 401.6 kilohertz. So this will be the tune frequency of IFT. So while operating all this, let your the local oscillator be in with amplitude 0, let it be on with amplitude 0. So we can note down what is the tune frequency of IFT, because that is very important to find out the up conversion, down conversion of the IFT. So we can write FIFT as 401 kilohertz, which you can approximate to 400 kilohertz. So this is our first reading before we start the down conversion, up conversion of the transistor mixer. Now to do down conversion, keep the carrier frequency far away from that tune frequency, which was there around 400. I made it around 0.7 megahertz, exactly 700 kilohertz. So but you can see from this DSO, it happens to be 753 kilohertz. So that's my first reading. So FC in happens to be 753 kilohertz. So this is in terms of kilohertz. We are having this as the input frequency. You can see the output has become 0. So why the output is 0? Because it's not there in the tune frequency. Now we have to adjust the local oscillator frequency so that we'll get the output. So earlier the magnitude of your local oscillator was 0, you give some amplitude now. Now the local oscillator frequency FLO should be such that it should be the tune frequency plus the input frequency. Tune frequency is around 400 kilohertz, the input frequency is around 0.75 megahertz. Now when I keep the frequency around 1 megahertz, I'm supposed to get the output. So I'm just varying the frequency. Now you can see, now I'm getting the output waveform. Now you can see there's no difference between the input and output waveform. The envelope shape of this and this are 100% same. So there's no problem in the modulated waveform, the envelope. You can just see what is the difference between the now this is the input of your mixer, this is the output of the mixer. Then what is the difference? The difference is there in the, because there is a frequency translation occurred, the carrier frequency of your input signal is different from the carrier frequency of the output. So this is the carrier frequency of the input signal, which is at 753 kilohertz. Let us say what is the frequency of the output. You can select the channel 2 here. I'm selecting. Now you can see this is of lesser frequency. You can see you are having 1, 2, 3, 4 waveforms, whereas for in channel 1 you are having more than 4. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe around 7 or 8. Now this ensures that the carrier frequency at the input and output are totally different. Now we have measured what is the carrier frequency of the input, which is happens to be 753 kilohertz. Let us see what is the signal frequency at the output, the carrier frequency at the output. So we know that the carrier was tuned to the IFT was tuned to 400 kilohertz, my output frequency has to be there in that range of 400 kilohertz. You can see now here the frequency that I'm getting at the output of my IFT is 408 kilohertz. Now this is what is the down converted waveform. The input carrier frequency was there at 753. It has been down converted to 408 kilohertz, so that I can fill up one more value in my tabular column. So this is again my output frequency. This is 408 kilohertz. You can see now the output frequency is exactly in the range of your IFT frequency, because output is nothing but the IFT output. So this frequency should tally with the IFT frequency what we found out earlier. Now let us find out what's your FLO. As I told, FLO should be equal to FC in plus FIFT. So FC in is around 753, so this is around 400 kilohertz, both of them. So I need to end up with 1.153 megahertz. So this should be the exact carrier frequency, low cluster frequency. Let us just verify what the low cluster frequency now. You can just use the DCO for measuring the frequency. Now you can see the low cluster frequency is 1.168 megahertz. So this is exactly the frequency of the low class later. So we were expecting so the frequency now here is 1.168 megahertz. We were expecting a frequency of 1.15, which is very close to 1.18 megahertz. So this says that, so my FLO happens to be 1.168. This is in terms of megahertz. Okay, if you are putting this also in terms of kilohertz, this happens to be 1168 kilohertz. Now we'll see what is the difference. The difference happens to be almost close to 750 kilohertz. The difference of FLO and FOut. So this difference happens to be almost equal to 750 kilohertz. That means to say, always the low cluster frequency should be the addition of the input frequency plus FIFT. Now suppose if I go back and see, you can see this is my input AM signal, this is the output AM signal. So there is no difference in the envelope wise. So my message signals will never be altered. Only that changes is the carrier frequency. You can see carrier frequency of the input is high, the carrier frequency of the output is less. Suppose if let me just take one more reading. Let me change the frequency from 753 to, now this is showing around 0.92, which happens to be 920 kilohertz. We can exactly see what the frequency over here. Just a minute. So let me just see what is the input frequency. So input frequency is 980 kilohertz. So let us take one more reading where I'm having this as 980 kilohertz. The second reading happens to be FC in is 980 kilohertz. You can see now the output is 0. Why output is 0? Because my FLO is not the sum of FC in and the FIFT. Now I can again get back the output by adjusting the FLO, so that FLO is equal to sum of 978 plus 400. So you can see I'll get back the output. I'm just increasing the carrier frequency. You can see I'm getting the output. Okay, we are getting the output waveform. So we'll just measure the frequencies again and verify whether the difference is equal to so and so. So this is my output waveform, the input waveform. So again, as you can see here, the envelopes looks identical. You increase the carrier frequency now. So you just reduce the time period so that we can make out what the carrier frequency. This is the carrier frequency at the input, having these many waveforms. You just select the channel 2 to see the output waveform. You can see there is a lot of difference between this carrier frequency and this carrier frequency. So it's again, you can see there's a down conversion from a higher carrier frequency at the input has been down converted to a low carrier frequency. Let us exactly measure what is the output frequency. Output frequency again has to be in the range of 400 kilohertz. So let me just go back and just use the DCO and measure what the carrier frequency. You can see now the carrier frequency is, of course you are getting the output. Since you are getting the output, that's why the frequency is 400 kilohertz, which was our original IFT frequency. Original IFT frequency was 400. So of course in the previous case you got it as 408 kilohertz. So there's no much difference between 400 and 408 kilohertz. This we can approximate as 400 kilohertz. You can see now this is again 400 kilohertz, which should be my output frequency. Now let us just find out what is my FLO. So FLO has to be this 980 plus 400, which happens to be 1.38 megahertz. Let us verify what is the FLO. So let us just again use, you can see now the frequency is 1.39 megahertz. So the frequency is 1.39 megahertz. So let us just take this here, 1.39 megahertz, which is 1390 kilohertz. If you again take the difference, this difference of FLO minus F output happens to be around 980 kilohertz. There is a slight difference of maybe in terms of few kilohertz, which is not of that you can do it for any frequency. If you increase the frequency, it will go off. The output has gone off because I have not increased the carrier local oscillator frequency. If I increase the local oscillator frequency, it further, you can see we are getting back the output waveform. So while measuring the local oscillator frequency, we have to be careful that we should measure the local oscillator frequency only when the output voltage is maximum. Let us see how does the down conversion will happen. So for down conversion to occur, we need to keep the carrier frequency of the incoming signal less than the tune frequency. We know that tune frequency is 400 kilohertz. We'll keep the local oscillator, the input AM signal less than 400 kilohertz. Now it's looking like 250 kilohertz. So let us exactly measure what is the frequency using DSO. So frequency happens to be 269 kilohertz. So let us again take two more readings for down conversion. So this is 269 kilohertz. Again we can see here the output is, we're not having any output at the IFT output, at the mixer output, because my local oscillator is not the sum of the input AM signal and the IFT signal. So I need to adjust my FLO such that it is 269 plus 400, so which happens to be 679 kilohertz. So let me reduce the frequency because it is already there in 1.5 megahertz. I am reducing the frequency. You can see when the frequency comes close to 600 kilohertz, sorry, I have reduced the amplitude of the local oscillator. Let me increase the amplitude of the local oscillator. I can see that point. Of course, don't increase the amplitude too much. Okay, you find the local oscillator frequency only when the output voltage is maximum. Okay, this is the exact local oscillator frequency where I can get the output. Now let us again go back and measure what is the local oscillator frequency. This is for a 269 kilohertz of input signal. Let us see whether it is down converted or not. I will just first verify before we measure the local oscillator frequency. You can see now there is no change in the envelope. This is my input AM signal, this is my output AM signal. So again there is no difference in the envelope, that my message signal is not altered. So there is only frequency translation. You can just go back and see what is the carrier frequency. You reduce the time period and see this is the input carrier signal. 1, 2, 3 peaks are there, 3 waveforms are there. You can see how many are there at the output. You are having more than the input, 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you mean by more than the input? The frequency at the output is more than the frequency at the input. That means there is an up conversion. The input carrier frequency, which is there at 250 kilohertz, sorry, at 269 kilohertz, will be up converted to 400 kilohertz. So my input frequency is 269. Let us first measure what is the output frequency. So output frequency, you can see it is 408 kilohertz. So it happens to be 408 kilohertz. This is 408 kilohertz, and we shall measure what is the FLO frequency. FLO frequency should be sum of FC in plus so and so. So as you can see here, it's coming out to be 653.9 kilohertz. So if you can see the frequency is 653 point. So we can just fill in this. This is 653 kilohertz. You can see the addition of these two, 269 plus 608 approximately comes to around 408 comes to around 653 kilohertz. We know that FLO should be always equal to FC in plus FIFT. Even for up conversion, down conversion, this is 269 is your input signal, input carrier frequency. Output frequency is 408 kilohertz. This approximately comes to around, okay, the exact frequency will be 677 kilohertz, but you are getting 653 kilohertz. So as I told, the difference of 10 or 20 kilohertz is not of a great importance, because 20 kilohertz in terms of hundreds of kilohertz, so it is a very small time period. There may be some, okay, that can be neglected. So we are having again the difference of this local oscillator frequency and the output frequency almost coming equal to 269 kilohertz. So this is what you mean by the up conversion. The input carrier frequency, which is there at 269, has been up converted to 408. In the previous case, 980 was down converted to 400. Again 753 was down converted to 408. The important thing while choosing the local oscillator is that you need to choose a local oscillator which can give a frequency more than 1 megahertz. Suppose if you use the ordinary signal generators which can give up to 1 megahertz, we're going to see some problem while selecting the carrier frequency. Suppose if my carrier frequency is 753 kilohertz, if my tune frequency is 400, I should keep my local oscillator at more than 1 megahertz. In such case, you can't use that signal generator. You have to go for the local oscillator as this signal generator only, which has got a frequency range of more than 1 megahertz. And one more thing, while operating this transistor mixer, okay, let us see one variation. When we are, suppose let me just make this 0. Suppose if I keep the signal at the tune frequency, so I kept this as tune frequency, irrespective of the local oscillator frequency. You can see, irrespective of the local oscillator frequency, I am getting the output. So whatever the local oscillator frequency, whether it is 600, 200, 2 megahertz, since one of the frequency is there in the tune frequency, suppose if I take one such reading now. So what is the reading now? So input carrier frequency is there at 408 kilohertz. Let me just take one more reading. This is a reading where I am trying to keep FC in equal to FIF. So this is 401 kilohertz, and this is my, okay, output is, I am getting the output. The output is there at 401 kilohertz, because when it is tuned to that frequency, this is FC, this is FLO, 401 kilohertz. Let us see what's my FIF. FIF is 245 kilohertz, or you can see it is coming out to be 250 kilohertz. The local oscillator frequency is around 270 kilohertz. This is F output, this is FLO, which is 270 kilohertz. You can see this FLO even if it is not equal to sum of your FC in and FIFT, you are getting the output. Why you are getting the output? Because this FC in is in the frequency of FIF. So under no circumstance I should keep my FC in at FIT frequency, because whatever output I am getting is not because of the mixer action, it is because the input signal is there in the tune frequency. You can see there is no down conversion or up conversion happening. Both the frequencies are exactly same. This is also 401, this is also 401. In the previous cases we saw that the output frequency was either less or more compared to the input frequency. That's exactly your up conversion, down conversion. Suppose if you keep the input frequency at the tune frequency of the output, we won't get the mixer action. It will be just a tuned action what we are getting. So to get the mixer action, we have to keep the input carrier frequency more than the tune frequency. More than means, suppose if it is tuned to 400 kilohertz, don't keep it around 410 or 420. You just go far away in terms of hundreds of kilohertz, maybe 600, 700 or even 1 megahertz. So that should be the distance from your center the tune frequency. So don't operate your input carrier frequency around 400 kilohertz for your experiment. Don't keep it around 380 or 420 kilohertz for down conversion, up conversion. As we took it here, 753, 980, 260 something, so this is fairly away from the tune frequency.